Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Happy Sunday. So I wanted to come on here. I'm taking a risk because I'm like, if you're watching Love Island, then you're probably about to watch it right now. But I didn't want to watch it before I made this video because I like to predict things before I watch them to see if it's true or if it comes true or not. So I'm going to go ahead and record this before I had to calm down before I made this video because I'm not going to lie, y'all. I was so upset. I was so mad. I was so upset. I was so frustrated. Now, I'm not upset at Taylor. I'm actually happy. And again, this is unpopular. I'm actually happy that Taylor rejected her. And I'm about to get into why. I know the girls are upset, but honestly, I believe that this is a healthy form of rejection. And it's becoming clear to me just seeing the reactions from women on social media that some of them don't know how to handle rejection. I'm not mad at Taylor rejecting her. I'm actually mad that women are feeding into this whole triangulation between Olandria and Clarke. It like really pisses me off because I feel like it sets us women back when we feed into triangulations. And I've been talking about this for a few weeks now that we should be at a level with maturity and emotional maturity with therapy and everything to get to it. We should be at a collective point where we're not still feeding into triangulations that men create simply because they don't know how to properly communicate, they don't know how to be upfront and direct, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But here we are after 4B movements, decentering men movements, women in power movements, where we're still feeding into triangulations that men create. And it just doesn't make any sense to me because if we're growing and we're truly working on ourselves, then that's something that we wouldn't do because we have the emotional intelligence to see beyond the messiness that men create. And then they create this competition or this like competitive culture among us, and that there shouldn't be any emotion or there shouldn't be any competitive culture among us when we are aware that the man in the situation is just simply not a prize. Like there's nothing to win. And I want to get into that. This is going to be a very unpopular opinion, so let's go ahead and get into it. So first and foremost, I'm going to start off by saying that it doesn't even seem like Taylor is into Clarke. And I know that's an unpopular take because a lot of people feel like, oh, he's into Clarke more than he is into Olandria. I don't see that. I don't know what the girls are seeing. I think this is just a matter of women being triggered at the ego, and they feel like this is all about being chosen. This is all about being picked. In my opinion, I think he went with Clarke simply because she's just easy to deal with. Not easy in the sense of easy to sleep with, or easy as far as like her boundaries are easy to break, simply just the fact that she's easy to deal with, and the pressure that Olandria puts on Taylor is just not something that he wants to deal with. And a lot of women are on social media comparing Olandria to Clarke when it comes to looks, when it comes to hair, makeup, and body, and all of that. And it's irrelevant because the only reason why he chose Clarke is simply because she is easier to deal with. That's it. That's it. He does not like the pressure that comes with Olandria. That is all that is. And it's crazy because the girls are on social media making it about skin complexion, hairline, tape-ins versus wigs, and all of this stuff. And when it really comes down to it, the only reason why he picked her was because she's easy. Now, how many times have you been in a love triangle where you were rejected, and the only reason why you rejected wasn't because you weren't attractive enough, Wasn't because you weren't beautiful enough. Wasn't because you didn't have some type of connection with the other person. It wasn't because you weren't pretty and all of these things. It was just simply because you required more, and you required more than what the other woman required. And so he decided to go with her simply for that reason. That is what we're seeing. That is what we're watching. In my opinion, that is my opinion. I have made this known, and I will say this again. I am tired of Black women always making it about looks and lack of desirability on us. And that is not the case. That's not what I'm seeing here. That's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a childlike man who doesn't want to deal with the pressure of dealing with a woman who is requiring him to show up and to do things in a certain type of way, because that's why he's on a love show, a love reality show, because he wants to be committed, yet he's acting like a child. All of the women on this show are absolutely beautiful. Even Huda, even though she get on my damn nerves, she has some work to do. She has made herself ugly on the show, but she's a beautiful, physically beautiful girl. I don't understand why the girls feel the need to create this competition when in reality, a lot of these men are just lusting after them. So you're not getting quality. You're not getting any real substance. So what are the girls really fighting about? So let me show you why I believe that Taylor is not into Clarke. And I need the girls to put down the insecurities, the triggers, the past relationship trauma, dating trauma. I need you to put that down so you can see things clearly, because it's crazy how the girls are not seeing it, but I'm seeing it. I'm just like, he ain't into neither of them for real. So let me show you. Let me pull it up. And he's and then I don't know why, but why is it that Taylor is always saying like weird things? So he said this to Clarke, and it really went over a lot of people's heads. Hold on. First of all, Clarke is his second choice. His first choice was Coco.
For anybody.
Hold on. Y'all know I got to put something over the screen because I'm not trying to get copyrighted. So let's just address the fact that this man wasn't even trying to pick Clarke first. He was trying to pick Coco. And the reason why he was picking Coco was because she was easy to talk to.
I'm in a couple with Coco, but if that doesn't go well, I hope Clarke face me. We do vibe super well together. He's easy to talk to. Easy just to chill with and vibe with.
Also, I don't know if the producers were being shady, but he said he's easy to talk to. Listen again. But I think he meant to say, I don't know what he meant to say, because honestly, we're going to get into it. I don't know what he meant to say, but he accidentally said but he was referring to Clarke.
He's easy to talk to. Easy just to chill with. Vibe super well together. He's easy to talk to. Easy just to chill with and vibe.
Which gets into some of the speculations around, does he even like women at all? I don't know. Like, the girls are fighting on social media, creating this competition. I'm like, he may not even be into women at all. I mean, it makes sense because, like, be so freaking for real, y'all. The way this man kisses, did y'all see how he kissed Clarke? It was. Is he like a woodpecker or something like that? Like, I'm not understanding. It's not making any sense. Like, who kisses like that? I just, but the girls can't see that. And no one questions that. But I don't get it. 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 So I'm just like, anytime he kisses a woman, it's weird. Like, he's just not into it at all. But then when he's around, oh, and then he also said this about Clarke. He also said this about Clarke.
Uh-oh, I saw a mosquito, but I lost
It's right
it.
here.
Did you?
I saw it.
I
They coming
finished
for
my.
you.
I mean, I know I smell good and shit. Like,
You sure that's the
sweet.
reason?
Why?
You sure
What
you
else
don't,
is the reason?
You sure you don't stink? You don't think that's why they're around you?
Let me play that again. He does not like Clarke, y'all. He doesn't like that girl.
So
What
you
else
don't,
is the reason?
so you don't stink? You don't think that's why they're around you?
Stench of amazingness and
It's like, okay, so the reason why I'm pointing this out is because women are so quick to jump to Olandria versus Clarke and Clarke versus Olandria. Y'all can't even see that this, I'm gonna just say it, this nigga don't like women. It's like women can't wait, can't help themselves. Like, he didn't pick her. Oh my god, oh my god. And the whole time it's like, if he really wanted to, if it really came down to it, he wouldn't choose any of you. It would be a man. Now what you gonna do? You gonna compete with a man now? That's why this competition shit gotta stop. It's 2025. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed. Like, y'all thinking I'm mad at Taylor for rejecting Olandria? No, I had to calm down because I had to calm down watching all the women crash out on social media. And I'm like, why are y'all crashing out? It don't seem like he likes women at all.
In the open.
Hold on, not that one. Why is it playing that? I'm not understanding. Oh, I think, hold on. So no, this was on my For You page. So this, and people do things for clout. People do things to clout chase and things like that. So I don't know if this is true or not, but this is a gay man that, or a bisexual, I don't really know. And he's saying my For You page after Taylor chose Clarke on Love Island USA when one of my DL trades is on Love Island and I'm on vacation. So I don't know if it's true or not, but listen, let me show you this because I'm just like, the signs are there for me. I don't know about anyone else, but the signs are there for me. Let me see. Let me see where else I can find it. This is why the girls need to stop with the whole we competing.
Okay, I want some tea. Okay, I want some tea.
Oh, period, Pooh. Gay ass. God forgive me, man. Man.
And you know what's crazy? It's like the gays can see what the fuck is going on, and women are just so blind. The women can't see. They so busy in competition. They so busy pinning another woman against another woman. It's like the girls can't see clearly. It's embarrassing. I had to calm down. I'm still upset because I'm just like, are y'all okay? Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because it's not giving that. And then like,
In the open.
say Taylor wasn't suspiciously bi. I'll just say that, right? Say he's not bi. Say he's straight, right? I'm still mad because what prize did Clarke win? What prize is she getting? What prize? And thank you. Someone said he's jealous of Olandria. Now, why would he be jealous of Olandria? Well, because Nick is into Olandria. Nikki Pooh. The clown award goes to women feeding into the delusion. Some of y'all are delusional. Some of these women out here, y'all just as delusional as Olandria is when it comes to Taylor. Because how can you not see this, sis? And this year, I literally said women are going to be going through a spiritual reckoning. There are going to be things being mirrored to you that you need to address because you so blind by your low self-esteem and your insecurities, and like you're making about all these different things, and the whole time he doesn't even like women like that, and you can't see that. You're making it about yourself. You're internalizing it like you're not pretty, you're not desirable, you're not enough. um it's because of my skin complexion. It's like a list of all of these things, and the whole time it's like you don't have a stick in between your legs. So unless you want to put on a strap on and you want to be a top and you want to peg, please stop. Like, stop doing that. And it's not to gaslight women on colorism and try to make it seem like colorism doesn't exist and at times it's not a thing. But it's like, I've seen more bisexual red flags than I've seen more colorist red flags. And it's like, why are the girls not seeing that? I've seen more down low red flags than I've seen actual colorist remarks. Like, how we just skipping the DL and the bisexual allegations, so we just going straight to colorism when really the bisexual and all of that, it's like smacking us in the face. I'm not understanding it. I'm not understanding it. So let me just continue.
Baby, open up for me.
Taylor! That was your motherfucking plane ticket home, bitch! That was your plane ticket home!
Turn this bullshit off! Let me get this straight. Dumbass! You have a fully reloaded shot.
And when Taylor gets rooted from this island, because trust, he will be ripped from this island expeditiously.
All my YNs, Chief Executive Officer of the YN Committee here.
Am I the only one that's not mad at Taylor? You know what's weird to me is it's weird. I'm starting to see this pattern with women. It's like you want to force and control men to do what you want them to do. Why? It's not like if he would have picked Olandria, it's not like he would have treated her right. It's not like they would be in a healthy connection. It's not like she would experience real love. Like, why are we mad at Taylor because he does not want to be with Olandria? Like, what is the problem? My issue with Taylor is how he showed interest in Clarke, he showed interest in Olandria, and instead of him being passive aggressive and subtle with her, he needed to be upfront and direct. He needed to communicate with her that, hey, what I thought was something that I could grow into, I'm coming to the realization that that's not working for me. And I thought that I would be able to grow into a stronger connection with you, but I'm coming to the realization that I'm trying and it's just not happening for me. And he could have just went his separate ways. But instead, he was running like a little boy, avoiding the situation, avoiding sitting her down, avoiding having a real conversation with her about how the connection on his end is just not working for him. Or he's just not into her. I mean, there were so many different ways that he could have handled this situation, and he didn't do that. He just avoided the situation. And then a lot of people keep saying that Taylor was breadcrumbing Olandria. Listen, if that's what you want to think, that's what you want to think. But this woman was, I don't see the breadcrumbs. I don't see the breadcrumbs. I see a woman grasping for straws. I don't see breadcrumbs. I'm sorry. I don't see breadcrumbs. I don't see breadcrumbs. I don't see breadcrumbs. I don't. I see a woman grasping for straws.
All us niggas to spend the Fiji baton, nigga.
Bang Energy or Red Bull, I don't give a shit what it is. Ow! I mean, are we serious? I need Clarke and Taylor gone from the villa like yesterday.
Taylor, you shall never know peace as long as there's air in my lungs, bro. I promise you that.
I want to buy you a house.
That's my man. Step up there.
I want to buy you this house.
Back up, bitch. You ain't buying my house.
Oh, it's fine. No.
How the hell he
And another thing. Taylor and Clarke, you sealed your fucking fate, bitch. No. Baby, no.
Clarke has way too many.
Am I the only one that was like, thank God, because Olandria was going to still chase this man? Did y'all see the scene where she went in the photo booth and she was like pushing up her boobs and she's It was giving B Simone and the baby. It was giving Miss Parker from the Parkers. That was very disturbing to me. Like it was very hard to watch. Because I'm so glad that he did that because I hope it wakes her the hell up because I mean, I don't know how many ways, how many signs. That's why I'm like breadcrumbs. I'm not getting breadcrumbs. I'm sorry. And then another thing, I'm happy that Taylor chose Clarke. I am. Like I'm happy he chose Clarke. And the reason I'm happy he chose Clarke is simply because he chose someone that was more of his speed. Olandria and Taylor, intellectually, they are not on the same level at all. At all. He is a child. That's why when they have conversations, it's just so painful. So I just no, I'm not seeing the breadcrumb. I'm not seeing any of. And listen, toxic femininity is turning into these things where it's turning into this thing where instead of you putting the accountability on the woman, you keep putting the accountability on the man. When in reality, when it comes to Taylor and Olandria, they both played a part in how this all unfolded. Seriously, like they both did. They both played a part. So it's like everyone wants to blame Taylor, but it's just like you have a woman literally chasing a man down, chasing a man down. And then you have she's chasing him down, and you know what Taylor is doing? Avoiding. So I'm just like, what? Because there was just some times. A prime example when she came back in the house, right? Just the obvious. He saw her in the bed with Nick. He jumps past her to hug Nick. Then there was another situation where they were, I think Nick and him were like doing some type of handshake, whatever like that. And then she goes, "Oh, I wish I had a handshake with someone in the house like that." And then he goes, "Maybe you're not liked." I mean, like, how much does somebody have to tell you, hey, I don't really like you like that? But this is the piece that y'all keep missing. Ladies, step out of your insecurities and your self-esteem. Okay? He does the same thing to Clarke. How are y'all missing that? Instead of him complimenting her and saying, "Hey, you smell amazing," he goes, "Are you sure about that? Maybe the mosquitoes are on you because you stink." Like, who says that? He does not like women. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. Tell me one challenge, right? Because women keep saying, "Oh, it's colorism, it's colorism." All right. So there are other races of women in this house. Tell me a challenge right now that you remember where he was slobbing them down with the mouth, right? He was taking them down in one of these challenges. Name one challenge where Taylor did it. Name one challenge that stuck out to you where he was just hungry and he was just so lustful over a woman in a challenge. Name one challenge. But he's a colorist. No, I think the man is struggling with his sexuality and I think he just has not came out yet. Okay, that's what I think. Ain't a challenge. There's not. There's not one challenge. There's not one challenge. He's never complimented any woman in the house. He's not. He's just existing. He's just existing. Y'all did all of this shit on social media for no reason. Seriously, and I'm embarrassed because I'm just like, we should be past this by now. Like I thought collectively as women, we should just be past this. You couldn't even put the pieces together about how this man don't even like women like that because you're caught up on like all of these surface level things. And sometimes it's not surface level things. Sometimes it's really internal on the man's part why he's not choosing you and you're choosing to internalize it like I'm not good enough. Why do we instantly do that as women? Why do we always want to internalize things when really it's on the man as to why he's treating you the way that he's treating you because he's struggling with something internally. Why is it as a woman, your first instinct is to internalize it like, I'm too much, I'm not deserving, I'm not worthy, I'm not pretty, my hair, my this, my that. And it's like the whole time this man is internally struggling with his sexuality and you're taking that on like something's wrong with you. Can we stop doing that? And then the whole time you're missing the signs. The whole time you're doing that, you're missing the signs that really he don't even really like Clarke like that. He does not like that girl like that. I'm sorry. He does not like that girl like that. The way they kiss is triggering. Just the way they interact is childish. He just does not seem interested in her. Like it's very dry, it's very flat. It's just a lackluster. I don't see it. I don't see it at all.
Night eyes, huffs and puffs, and smirks for somebody who taping's been showing since the day she showed up.
You're done. Listen, if it comes up to America having to vote, you are on the boat. You understand what I'm saying? You will be exploring your connection and baggage collection.
The only reason why I think Taylor should go home is simply because he's on the wrong show. Not because he rejected Olandria, not because he chose Clarke, but simply because I believe he's on the wrong show.
Oh, and Nick gagged me when he said, Clarke, no offense, no shade, but you've known this man for 3 days, so I'm not about to send Olandria home to make y'all more comfortable when y'all have known each other for 3 days. Like,
if you got dreads, give a fuck on like you niggas.
And I suggest whoever's running Taylor and Clarke's social medias, shut down them comments now. The next 48 hours is gonna get real wicked.
Olandria not being able to find a connection with, put her back in the villa, and then Taylor's over here exploring a connection with some girl that seems to be like a mean girl, mocking Olandria.
And Taylor, let me say this to you so maybe you can see it when you get out. I don't care who you couple up with. I don't care if it's Olandria again. You will not be in my final 3. Whatever power that I have, whatever power that
Are women okay? Because every time it's time for you to hold the man accountable, you choose to hold the woman accountable. Why is everyone mad at Clarke? Why are y'all not mad at Taylor? Like I just don't understand. Like I'm not understanding that. Y'all are putting more focus on Clarke. Like she's the one that created this triangulation. Like we literally saw how Taylor went and told Clarke one thing and told Olandria another thing, created animosity between these two women. How is Clarke supposed to respond in an awkward dynamic like that? Once again, but then women be like, men are not accountable, men are not accountable. And then when it's actually time to hold them accountable, you're putting the accountability on the woman. Why are we doing that? Taylor is responsible. He is responsible for the animosity that these two women have towards each other. And to be honest, it's just a misunderstanding. It really is. It's just a misunderstanding. That's all it is. It could be cleared up. So I don't understand. And the laughing, like y'all don't expect for people to be nervous. Y'all don't expect for people to respond in an awkward way. You expect for people to respond in a performance way. Like, how would you handle the situation if you were in Clarke's position on a show where a man is telling you one thing, you're coming into this house, everyone has these connections and relationships in place. You don't know where you're supposed to stand, how you're supposed to operate, how you're supposed to be. And it is intimidating to go into a space where it's clear connections have been made for 3 weeks. It's awkward. Like, it's not like you're going to be comfortable. And it doesn't seem like Clarke is all that confident. She is more on the level of Taylor, where she's more passive, or she's more reserved, or she's more shy. So how would you act in a situation like this?
could have, whatever convince, whatever influence, whatever, I will be campaigning against you. You will not.
I hope we're on the same page. Taylor's not touching our 100K like at all. I don't know what he think this is. I understand he might think this is the relationship.
I'm not a fan of Clarke. I'm not a fan of Clarke because she chose Taylor. Sorry. I'm just not a fan. There's nothing to be a fan of. And then fan is like a fan. We don't even know enough about Clarke to really be a fan. Like, what has she done? What has she said? She ain't said nothing. She ain't done nothing. We don't know her. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy. Like, people are making all of these assumptions. It's like, we really don't know the girl like that. And then another thing too, the whole mocking and all of that. How do you not know that's not an edit? How do you not know that they didn't edit it like that? How do you not know that, even because Olandria, she was saying things too. She was saying things like, oh, I can't trust these bitches. I need my girls back. How do you not know the producers weren't like feeding into this shit? That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. 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 But the expressions that I get from Clarke, she just seems nervous and very uncomfortable. So she makes like these weird faces, or she makes like these like she smiles awkwardly. Like, it's not like a comfortable smile. I'm not getting like, it's very like awkward, like cringy. So we don't know. We don't know enough. I haven't seen anything from Clarke where I'm like, where she's like actually done something to another girl where I'm like, she's a mean bitch. I haven't seen that yet. When I see it, then I'm like, okay. But for right now, she just seems very awkward. She seems very uncomfortable. I see how Clarke and Taylor matched up because they just seem awkward together, apart. They're just awkward. But because her looks don't give, like, she's like an awkward type of, she could be perceived as an awkward girl. People don't see her as awkward because she looks a certain way. But she's awkward as hell. Like, she always seems nervous. Like she would be the type of girl that would like pick at her nails or something like that. But instead, it's like she doesn't know how to be. Like, she doesn't know how to. Whereas Coco is way more confident. Coco, when she asserted herself, she came in her identity. Clarke seems like she doesn't really know herself like that, which is why I can see how Taylor and Clarke gravitated towards each other. And at first it was Taylor and Coco, but then Clarke and Taylor ended up gravitating towards each other because they seem more on the same speed. And when I say that, like, they don't know themselves that well, they lack identity, they struggle with how to place themselves in large groups, in large settings like this. She just seems awkward to me. I'm not getting mean. I'm getting awkward, shy, reserved, and just uncomfortable within her own skin. She's always like fixing her hair, like always trying to make sure her hair is just fixed all the time. She does not seem as confident as the other girls in the house. So the fact that people are turning that into like mean girl, and I'm just like, she just doesn't seem comfortable in her skin. So I don't know, but she's a pretty girl. So a pretty girl, or an attractive girl, she can't struggle with being insecure or being nervous or being shy or being awkward or any of that. Like, she's supposed to be a bad bitch. So when you see her making those faces, or when you see her like being awkward, she's being mean. And the whole time, to me, like, when I'm picking up on her energy, she's just being awkward as fuck. Like, and I'm just like, she looks uncomfortable. It doesn't, and I don't even know why she came on reality TV, because it doesn't seem like she wants to be like seen. I don't know. She doesn't seem like she wants to be seen. Coco gave me different energy. Coco seemed more confident, self-assured. She knows herself. She's aware of who she is, etc., etc., etc. Clarke is like the opposite.
Relationship, couple, whatever the fuck, but like my 100K, he not touching it.
Yeah, I'm high. Hello. Episode watched and respect for Taylor dropped. Not
Girl, fuck you and your mama, bitch!
Okay. We'll see. I could be wrong. We're gonna see what the episodes. That's why I wanted to record this now, because I will see what the episodes are gonna be coming up, because we don't know much about Clarke yet. But right now, where I'm sitting, I'm like, I haven't seen enough from the both of them to say she's a mean girl, because I know how reality TV likes to edit and be messy. So I'm gonna wait to see what her actual interactions are with other castmates, and so far, the conversation that she had with Olandria, it wasn't really bad, but it wasn't really good either. I don't really know how to explain the sit down. I don't know yet.
I gotta be honest, I love Olandria, I do, but the way y'all on Clarke is crazy because if I'm Clarke and I really have a connection with somebody or I'm getting to know somebody like Taylor and a girl comes to me talking about, oh yeah, what we have is like way stronger than what y'all have and y'all going a different approach because y'all being physical way too early and we didn't do that, that's why our connection is stronger, blah, blah, blah. Like, girl, you trying to make it seem like I'm easy. Like, is you cool? Big ups to Clarke for actually hearing her out and not trying to be combative and seeing what she got to say and just letting her vent. But to be honest, like, if that was me, child, like, who are you talking to? Then y'all keep saying Clarke keep making all these faces and stuff. Like, production be editing that. Like, you know how many times I sit down and actually be in a heavy mood and I'm mugging by acting like, girl, it just be like that. And it's hot as fucking Fiji. Like, she probably hot. And then the smirk at the end, I get it. It did come off evil, but again, production be doing that. But at the same time, would you not be happy? Like, especially, no offense to Olandria. I do like Olandria, but she was popping it. Like, when they had that conversation, Olandria was popping it. Like, and he didn't pick you. Like, girl. I don't know. I really do want Olandria to find love, but it's just not on Love Island. Like, the whole time she was there, she never explored nobody else. And she has no connection with nobody else. Like, everybody see her as just a friend. I just feel like she should have went home. I don't know.
No, I feel like the reason why she's still there is because of Nick, which I'm gonna get into here in a sec. Let me see. So I don't know. Whenever I be seeing like the flashes across the face and stuff like that, like as an editor, if you've ever like cut up a video or anything like that, is we don't know if she actually did that at that exact time. We could assume because that's how it was put together and packaged, but we don't know if that actually went on. And one thing I noticed about Love Island's editing is that they like to catch the cast members make certain expressions and things like that, but we don't know if that happened at the exact moment in time in which the situation happened, because they did another flash like that with Ace and Shelly, where they kind of glanced at each other when Huda and who was it, Chris linked up. And we don't know if Ace and Shelly were actually looking at each other because of that link up, or if that's just how they edited. We don't know. We really don't know. So we'll have to see. But let me see. Clarke. Okay, hold on. Did I cover everything? Hold on. Let me show you this too.
One last thing I'd like to add is because right now I'm seeing a lot of hate for Clarke in this situation, and I think it's completely unnecessary. And I think it's mainly coming from the Olandria fans. Y'all will not sit here and bash another woman when Olandria was pretty much doing the exact same thing. From the moment Nick told Olandria that Taylor was building a connection with Clarke, you remember when they were sitting at the table? From that moment, she went off. She's like, oh, well, Taylor and I have a connection, blah, 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 whatever. Like, she was going off on that table, talking about okay, I'm about to leave the villa with a smile on my face, blah, 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 which she didn't leave the villa, but regardless, got it? They came back into the villa. Did Clarke state the whole, like, oh, good morning, Islanders, whatever? Yes, she did. But then, that moment, when we get into the, into the beauty room, wherever, they were both side-eyeing each other. Then we get outside, and Clarke and Taylor are sitting together the entire time. Olandria is like, oh, that's my man, whatever, whatever. She's making like...
And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because Taylor could be feeding into this whole animosity between the two girls, and so can the producers, y'all. Like, let's not forget, this is a reality show. And so even when it comes to Olandria, right? Like saying little slick things and doing little slick things, that could be the producers telling her things, or putting her in uncomfortable positions and things, because, I'm pretty sure the producers made them have that chat. They probably didn't even want to have that chat on set. So it's like, I'm considering these things while watching the show. I'm not just watching the show just to be entertained. So even when it comes to Olandria, like saying little things and doing little things, like I'm still giving her grace and I'm still giving Clarke grace, because first of all, this is an uncomfortable situation. It's all because of the man in the middle of this situation who has created this love triangle. And out of all the love triangles in the house, this is probably the most immature, because you have an immature man that's not communicating well. So I'm giving grace to not only Clarke, but I'm also giving grace to Olandria, because some of the stuff she said, I'm like, girl, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. So it's like, if y'all gonna beat up Clarke, then y'all gotta beat up Olandria. And if y'all beat up Olandria, then you gotta beat up Clarke. So like, there shouldn't be a Olandria versus Clarke or Clarke versus Olandria. There just shouldn't. This is the most immature triangle in the house. There have been other triangles in the house, yet this one is just the most immature, and it's because of the man in the middle. Seriously. And y'all saw how it almost got to that point with Bella and Sierra, and then the producers put him in a tight spot to where he had to choose Nick. So it's just like, come on, y'all. Like, be so, like, give the girls grace, because honestly, none of these men in the house are really that mature to truly handle a love triangle. They're just not. And how you think it's gonna be interesting to see how Nick handles this love triangle with Olandria and Sierra. So we just gonna have to see. I think it's too soon to tell if Clarke's a mean girl. So I'm gonna need to see some more from her. But for right now, I'm thinking it's Taylor, the producers, and I think that they're editing, but then also I think that they're kind of feeding into these women, like, you know, being at odds with each other because of Taylor. So we'll just have to see. I need to see Clarke interacting with other girls longer than what I've seen to really say if she's a mean girl or not. I just need to see more from her.
Those slight comments. And then when we get to, I guess, to today's episode, and then Clarke and Olandria sit down, you know how Olandria was like, oh, I was not planning on pulling Clarke aside at all. Like, I wasn't even trying to talk to her. Pretty much what Olandria was saying. That is a little bit suspicious also. And then when they were sitting down, Clarke is pretty much telling her that, oh, we have this connection and I want to build it. And she's like, this changes nothing for me because I came in here to find someone, and she found Taylor. And the entire time they're sitting down having that conversation, Olandria the whole time was like, oh, well, this is just a test for us in our relationship. This is just a test. She's not even sitting there and hearing Clarke when Clarke is telling her, oh, Taylor and I have a connection. All Olandria is hearing is Taylor and I are in bed together, whatever. And so the entire time, all she's thinking is that, oh, they don't have a real connection because they're kissy, touchy, feely, but Taylor and I have been slow burning for the past 20-something days. Honey, Olandria was doing the exact same thing Clarke was doing. Let's not, villainize one person just because y'all like her more than Clarke. That's bullying, and they literally told you to stop doing that.
I feel like it's mutual. And like I said, it's three people involved: the editors, the producers, and Taylor. And so again, just not putting the accountability where I feel like it needs to go in a dynamic like this. It's like, put it on the woman. And it's like, when it's time to actually put the accountability on the man, women miss the opportunity to do so because they're too fixated on the other woman. And it's just like, but the man is the one that created this dynamic. I'm just not understanding why do we have more smoke for the woman? I don't get it. The more smoke for the woman, or no, for the man makes more sense. And then the mutual, they could do better for the women, in my opinion. But then the accountability, still, the most of it needs to go on the man because he created the dynamic. So that's how I'm seeing it right now. But we'll see how it all plays out. Let me see. I feel like they're attacking each other because people are kind of amping them up to do so. And then you don't know what the girls are saying and all of that. It can get really messy in a house like this with the love triangle. Okay. Oh, and then this part too.
Yeah, something there.
This is why I don't respect Taylor, because he's talking to Ace about how he's not physically attracted to Olandria. And this is a conversation that he should have had with Olandria.
But it's just like, if the physical attraction there, physical attraction there. If it's not there, it's not there. Like, I don't even know how to even get that physical attraction.
Just cooking for your dumb ass. Cooking. Bro, I need you to, like, step outside your shell and, like, understand, like, someone is putting you first here. Because if not, you gonna lose her.
And when he says that he's not physically attracted, I don't think he's physically attracted to any woman in the house. The only physical attraction I've seen him have is towards Nick when he hugged him. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not being shady. I'm just being honest. Okay, let me see. Let me move on. Let's get into uh what do they call what's the couple name called? Nick Olandria. So did y'all see this last night or the other night?
I honestly believe Nick just saved face tonight. Look at his reaction to being recoupled with Sierra.
That was performative as hell. I don't know. That was so performative.
Reaction to being recoupled with Sierra.
Sierra was genuine. Nick was performance. Sorry, it is what it is. But then look at this. This is what had me too. And I was like, this is crazy.
Now look at him bringing Olandria back.
Olandria, girl, if you don't wake up, girl, you gonna make me upset. You need to wake up. The hell? She is delusional, y'all. Talking about some Nikki Pooh. Stop that shit. Please stop. I do not support Nikki Pooh. Stop saying that. Genuine. Do y'all see the energy difference? Do y'all not see the energetic difference though? Crazy.
I feel like
What is going on? And then when they were voting, girl, I was not worried about Olandria going home with Nick on that side. Girl, I knew she wasn't going home. I knew Nick was like, First of all, Taylor is in love with me. Taylor will do whatever I tell Taylor to do. And then Clarke is just in the middle. So Taylor is going to tell Clarke to do whatever Taylor tells Clarke to do. Olandria was not going anywhere. The hell? I was not concerned. I was not nervous. I don't know why people on social media was like, is she going to go home? Girl, I knew she wasn't going home.
this is somewhat performance
Yep.
and this is completely natural.
Do y'all see the difference? This is so dope to me. Oh my gosh, you can literally see the difference.
I'm not saying that he doesn't have feelings for Sierra, but there is something so instinctive and real about his attraction to Olandria. And I think if Olandria
And y'all, this is not the look of lust. I need y'all to understand that is not what we're seeing here. This is not the look of lust. There is a level of respect that comes with the desirability that he has for Olandria, which was why when she went over to that side of the bench, he helped her up. Okay. So it's not giving like just lust and he's just lusting after her and he's fetishizing her. Doesn't give that. There's a level of respect. Like there's endearment in his eyes. You can see it. So it's different. And I hope the girls are picking that up as well.
had been into him and completely over Taylor, things would have been different. Nick is super perceptive. We've seen that. He definitely saw that Olandria was focused on Taylor and not into it. But he put 100% effort into their dynamic in a very short amount of time. And I definitely believe that he asked Olandria to speak first in their one-on-one today because he would have followed what she said. There's no way you can convince me that this man had his mind.
Yes, and that was another thing. The reason why he wanted no. Olandria was gonna go first, and then he went second. Who went first when they had this conversation? Because that stuck out to me too. I forgot who went first.
Wondering when they were in soul ties, like he said. No, he was completely like locked in. He just played it smart, peeped the game, and I do think he likes Sierra, but his energy with Olandria is just.
Yeah, I think he can pick that up too. And I think that was the reason why he said what he said in Soul Ties was that he knew that she's just so over the hills into Taylor that he probably didn't have a chance. And so he probably felt like it wasn't the right time
a whole other level. Or am I just delusional?
Okay. Yep, that makes more sense to me. Thank you, Sammy. Sammy said he wanted her to go first, but then he did because he knew what she was gonna say. That's what I got too. That's what I got too. That's what I got too. But see, there's still this player energy that I get from Nick. I can't ignore that. There is. There is.
Olandria, my sweet girl.
Now, before I play this video, I've been talking a lot about how a lot of Black women feel like they're not wanted, they're not desired, and the whole time it's truly because you're not open. And you're internalizing things like you're not desirable, you're not pretty, you're not this, you're not that. And even the world tries to make it seem like you're not desirable, you're not wanted, you're not this, you're not that. When the real issue is you're not open. The reason why you're not open is because you're traumatized. You have been traumatized. Oftentimes, you have been let down by a lot of people. And so you have completely shut down. You have closed yourself off. And so, because of that, people can feel that. People can feel that energy come off of you. So, you're unapproachable. It's not because you're not pretty. It's not because there's not something valuable or worthy about you. It's just simply because you're traumatized and you're closed off. So because of that, people just don't know how to approach you. People don't know how to interact with you. People don't know how to hold a conversation with you. Also, they get that they could easily offend you, so they just don't know what to say. They don't know what to do, and so they just avoid you. But it's not because there's not an attraction there. And I need the girls to understand that. I do. I do. I need the girls to understand that. One thing about Olandria that a lot of people are missing is that Olandria, you can tell she had the type of childhood where she was misunderstood. She wasn't supported. It was probably better to be unseen and unheard at times because she was misunderstood and she didn't have people in her corner really supporting her, which is why I really want this connection with Nick to work and to happen because he sees her, he sees beyond her guard, her defensiveness, he sees beyond this need to be super protective of herself, and which is intriguing to him because it's challenging for him, and it's the reason why he treats her the way that he does. He treats her the way that he does is because he can see beyond the armor that she has built around herself from being misunderstood. But Olandria has this obsession and comfortability with going back to what she knows, and Taylor doesn't understand her. Taylor doesn't see her. Taylor doesn't see her worth and her value, and that is what she's used to. And so I told you in my last live stream, I said there is a possibility, a major possibility, that Olandria is going to go back to what she's comfortable with, and Nick is going to go back to what he is comfortable with. And that is what they chose to do. Oftentimes, people choose comfortability over what scares them. And Olandria is scared of Nick. She is scared of the fact that this man can see beyond her guard. And she does not like that. She feels naked around him. And I don't mean in the physical sense, I mean like in the personality, the spiritual, the mental, emotional. He can really see beyond this facade, this persona. You know, like if a man can come in this house and steal my man, or no, if a woman can come in this house and steal my man, then I guess he wasn't my man. He sees beyond all of those defense mechanisms that she uses to protect her ego and protect her self-esteem and protect her confidence. He can see past all of that. And she is terrified of that. She's terrified because Nick has the ability to truly tear down her walls. With Taylor, her walls can stay up, and that is what she is comfortable with. So let this be a lesson to all Black women. I am not going to beat Olandria down when it comes to the mistakes that she's currently making. I'm going to give her grace because she's only doing what she knows. And she's surviving, and she's been able to survive this way for quite some time. She's only doing what she knows. And so for that, as a Black woman, I can only hold space for her to learn and to grow through what she's currently doing right now. And yes, for us, it's frustrating to watch because we can see clear as day, but you got to remember she's in the thick of it. And she's in the thick of it from a place of this is what she knows. This is what she's used to. This is what is familiar and this is what is comfortable to her. So she can't see it. But one day, and I'm assuming when all of this is done, she'll be able to see it. She just can't see it right now. We can see it because we're seeing it play out, but she's in the middle and she's in the thick of it. She can't see it yet. So I'm just going to hold space for her in that way. However, let this be a lesson to you and to everyone out there where you are running from things that scare you emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Why are you running? And the thing that is causing you to run, or these things that are causing you to run, you actually need to address them. You need to heal whatever is attached to this thing that's causing you to run because you actually feel seen. And most women are like, I want to feel seen, I want to feel seen, I want to feel seen. And then when they actually are seen, it's triggering. And you want to know why it's triggering is because oftentimes when you were seen in your childhood, you were misunderstood. Or when you were heard in your childhood, they misunderstood or they didn't really hear you, right? So now you are being seen by someone in a authentic, genuine, pure way, and it fucking scares you. Like it scares the living shit out of you. Like, damn. And so there's no more hiding. And you don't need the armor that you created. You can actually take it off. You can remove it now. So I get it. I get it. Like I get it. And it's like very hard to watch. But I'm still gonna give Olandria grace because again, she's in the thick of it right now. So there's nothing that we can really do. The only thing we can do is just sit back and watch. But it's so hard. It's so hard.
Have to wake up. It's getting tricky now. Like it's getting real hard trying to defend what's going on. I'm not even defending it no more. Now it's just like, bitch, what's going on?
Yeah, I can't defend this anymore, but even though I can't defend what she's doing, I can still hold space for her because a lot of black women struggle with this. A lot of black women struggle with this. Struggle with being open, no longer being guarded, struggle with being vulnerable because oftentimes you were misunderstood or people said you were too loud or you were too much. So it's like, listen, I get it. I get it. I get it. It's just hard to watch. That's all.
Don't get chosen in casa, okay. You pack your bags, the girls are boohoo crying for you. You barely shed a tear. Why? Because you're strong. We think you're leaving. Lo and behold, the producers have something up their sleeve. You and Nick are now in the back of a Benz truck on the way to a candlelit date. You go and they tell you can either leave right now single or you can stay and pair up with Nick.
And the reason why Olandria truly is the problem is because I don't know if people keep telling me that whole candlelight dinner stuff, they don't do that on Love Island. Like this was the first season where they ever did that. And so it kind of gives me like this perception that they had to force Olandria to connect to Nick because they saw the connection, but she wasn't willing to pursue it with Nick. And so they forced her to. And so they got this special getaway scene that other islanders have never gotten before. And it was a candlelight dinner. So I'm just like, I'm telling you, the producers want Olandria and Nick to be together. It's very loud because I'm like, do they normally do that? Crazy.
You decide to pair up with Nick. Nick immediately puts his face on. Now he's telling you he always been about you. He been like you from the jump, girl, bye. We'll talk about that another time. Nick is such a chameleon. Anyway, y'all end up going back to casa.
He is a chameleon. I'm gonna have to agree with that. The way he switched back to Sierra, but the same way that he's a chameleon is the same way she's avoidant. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Because I explained it in my last life. Nick is terrified of emotional intimacy. So he's used to surface level connections with women. He's not used to emotional connections with women. Most men are. They go from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman because they are terrified of emotional intimacy. And so him and Sierra, they're not compatible emotionally. Sierra is up here. She wants to talk about her emotions. Like Sierra's like, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And Nick is like, I don't want to talk about my emotions. I don't. When Sierra sat down Nick to have that conversation, he was nervous because he instantly felt pressured. He felt pressured to open up and to be vulnerable with Sierra. And he's not really on that level that Sierra is on when it comes to expressing his emotions in the way that Sierra does. And so now he feels pressure to meet Sierra at that level, and he's just not at that level. Now, Olandria is at a similar level because she tends to suppress. She tends to be the type of woman. If you notice this, how many times we seen Olandria be hard and tough because she's strong? How many times? That is someone that's not dealing with their emotions. Nick is not dealing with his emotions. They are more emotionally compatible in not the best way, but they could enter into a relationship and grow. How? Because they would challenge each other. Sierra cannot challenge Nick in the way that he truly needs to be challenged because she's so far ahead emotionally. Like she's more emotionally mature, whereas Olandria and Nick are emotionally on the same level when it comes to their maturity level with emotions. So because of that, this has a better way of working than Sierra being here and then Nick being here. And so the emotional maturity, the emotional compatibility is just not there. But I have a feeling that Nick and Olandria will trigger each other in a good way, in a healthy way, to where they could level up, heal, and balance each other out with dealing with each other's emotions. And the reason why Nick is attracted to Olandria is because, well, she's not pouring all of her emotions on the table like that. Sierra is like, I want to tell you everything. I want to tell you everything about how I feel, right? And then Nick is just like, oh, it's too much. And so Olandria, she takes so long to truly open up, and Nick finds that to be intriguing, and I feel like he's going to be willing to meet her halfway because he finds it intriguing. It doesn't scare him because he's like, well, why are you not like all the other girls that I've dealt with where they're just ready to pour themselves out to me emotionally, whereas you're like way more hesitant. But then it's like I want to pry in to see what those emotions are. And one thing I noticed about Nick, he wants Olandria to be vulnerable with him. He doesn't want Sierra to be vulnerable with him. So it's interesting. I can see it. I see it. I see it happening, but I don't know. Again, it would require Nick to change, but it also requires Olandria to change. So we'll see. But again, they both ran back to what was comfortable. And it almost cost Olandria being kicked off the island, but Nick saved her ass. So this is all interesting to me. Like the dynamic is so interesting to me, but the producers, they know what they're doing.
Excuse me, the villa in the dead of night. And Taylor's in the bed with another bitch with his bonnet on. You go to bed, but your eyes are open.
Is that what it is? I can see that.
The shades rise. It's morning time. This is the big reveal. Boom. Good morning, Casa. Oh, everybody's turning up. Oh, here comes Taylor. Oh, we see Taylor so excitedly. Oh, he done pulled his wig off. He's jumping over to the bed. He jumps over you to get to Nick. He doesn't even acknowledge you. I'm talking about you bouncing in the bed because Taylor just jumped over you on top of Nick. When he does end up addressing you, he might as well do it like this. What's that? What's that? You got nothing. This man literally greeted Nick like his man just got home from work all day and he's a stay-at-home.
I'm telling you, Taylor does not like women. I'm telling you, this is my opinion. It's unpopular. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. It's my opinion. Y'all are so upset at Clarke, and I'm just like, she not winning nothing. Cause I don't think he like women at all. I don't. What compliment did he give Clarke? What compliment? Man, that's what I'm saying. Y'all can't name a compliment he gave. Y'all can't name a challenge that he showed out in when it comes to a non-black woman. Because again, this is about colorism. Y'all, it's because he don't like women, y'all. Seriously, seriously. Even Adriana, one of the hottest bombshells in the house. All the men were like gawking, like even he didn't gawk at her. Hell, even Austin was like, so I'm just confused. Like, I don't think he's into women, y'all. I'm sorry.
Mom. And he's just happy that his man is taking care of business. He was lifted up into the air, legs twirling.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
For Nick. Not you. You are in a couple with this man. Y'all have been leaning into this slow burn bullshit, and he does not show 1 ounce of excitement that you are back. And yet, you still are calling this man your man.
Who is somebody spoiling it in the chat? I'm so confused. Is somebody spoiling the chat? Because I'm like, why would y'all click on the video? It literally says unpopular opinion. Is somebody spoiling it in the chat? Don't spoil it in the chat, y'all.
Talking about these girls are the ops because they trying to get your man. Your man
Crazy.
Ain't thought about you for a second, for real, for real.
And again, like, this is the thing that like kills me about everyone focusing on Clarke. Do y'all not hear the competitive nature Olandria is carrying? Do y'all not hear the competitive thought process that Olandria is carrying? And it's just putting out here energetically. So how do you think she is in the villa? You think she's friendly? No. So it's crazy how y'all clocking Clarke, but y'all not clocking Olandria. It's mutual. It's mutual. The producers are editing. That is what they're doing. It's mutual though. Like, it's mutual. It's mutual as hell. Because again, like, even Olandria and how competitive she was, she went to the photo booth and she took photos and she was doing all of this and all of this stuff. And it's like, she is competing. So it's like, y'all want Clarke and Olandria to be friends. Olandria is not trying to be friends with that girl. So what do y'all want Clarke to do? This is crazy.
The first day he met this girl, he was kissing on her with them wet, hard pecks. Like, grow up a bit and slow down and just do it. I'm tired of them pecks. But he did that. Immediately. So we know what it is. And I'm tired of seeing it. When the men get back from Casa, it's time for you to turn it up. You had a connection with Zach. The only reason why he chose Amaya is because you made it clear that you had a connection with somebody else and you wasn't going to...
It's crazy how Olandria got pick of the litter. It's making me upset. It's crazy how Olandria really has pick of the litter. She got pick of the litter way more than Huda do. And she is over here just like, Taylor. Literally all these men are like waiting, like, girl, get off of that man so you can see what I'm about. Give me a chance since he fucking playing. I'm just like, girl, come on. I was so mad that she turned Zach down. I was just like, oh my God. This is like really crazy.
Up off him. It's time for you to get up off him. Okay?
Please.
We're done.
Oh my gosh. And then, like, remember when people were saying that Olandria wasn't attracted to Jalen? Oh, Olandria just wasn't attracted to him. So she's not attracted to Jalen. She's not attracted to Nick. She's not attracted to Zach. Girl, what is the problem? Like, I'm not understanding. And I was like, all right, I'll give you that. She wasn't attracted to Jalen, whatever the case may be. It don't seem like she's attracted to anybody except for Taylor. Also, did y'all see this? Did y'all see this?
You like being dominant.
Huh?
You No, I think I had to lead your ass to help you.
No. You like being dominant.
I do, but I had to help you.
So you was just trying.
Let me just throw this out here first. JD creeps me the fuck out. I don't know what it is. It's just every time you like being dominant. you like being. It's something about him that don't sit right with me. I just don't know what it is. It's creepy. It's like I don't know. He awkward. I don't know. Is anybody else that's just like something ain't right with him?
To be dominant, and I'm not someone who likes.
I can tell you like being dominant.
I thought I just picked the clip. I thought I just picked the clip where it was just showing them having that interaction. But for real, like he be creeping me. He be creeping me out.
I can tell you like being dominant. You like being dominant. I like how you like being dominant. Is this what you people are watching?
But no, honestly, JD, I respect the fact that you actually called Huda out. Like, she doesn't understand what she's doing, but it's like she is turning the guys off. First of all, you showed your ass the first few episodes over Jeremiah. And then you are like very masculine. And then a therapist pointed this out to me. She is telling the men in the house that she's a mother. She's not telling the men in the house that she has a daughter. So like she's centering herself while mentioning her daughter. And I was like, what? It's so interesting that she keeps wording me like that. Like she doesn't say, hey, I have a daughter. She's 5 years old or da da da. It's always like I'm a mom. And the men are like, okay. Like Nick was like, Mapacita? Because it's awkward. So a therapist is saying like she shows female narcissism, and I'm like, because even how she introduced her child and let people know that she has a child, she said it like, oh, I'm a mom, I'm a mother. So I'm like, even the therapists are calling her out, and I don't know why when I was watching I didn't think nothing about how she told people that she was a mom. So I was like, wow, because narcissists have a way of always making it about them and not the other person. So interesting. But no, JD kept it real with her and she took it as he doesn't know what he's talking about. She took it as, oh, like I almost went off on you, like you just don't understand. I almost went off on you. And then even the Huda fans were in agreement with her. And I'm just like, listen, ladies, at this point, if you don't understand that if a man actually likes women and he's into women, he doesn't want you to bring the energy that a man would have. Because if JD liked Huda and liked the energy that she carried, then he probably would be into men. And that's something that you would have to be concerned about. There's nothing feminine about her at all. Anytime that she's being somewhat feminine, it's like she's in her dark feminine energy where she's leading sexually or she's leading with her body. Like there's no feminine balance in her body. So she gives good TV and that's it. I see why she has fans is because she gives good TV. But like y'all got to stop lying to her though. Like y'all need to be real with her. She just comes across too dominating. And then when she says she's a mom, she treats men like they are her sons. It's weird. And then did y'all see the whole link up with Chris and Huda? And it's just like that shit is not gonna work. Like you could treat him like a son. Cause I think he had like seven sisters, 2 brothers, and he's the youngest. That shit is not gonna work. I'm just like, girl, he done had 7 women. He's had 7 women in his life telling him what to do, doing things for him, and you want him to be more dominating than you. Like that's delusional. I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit is not gonna work. Chris is not giving dominance. He's not to the level that Huda would need. And to be honest, she don't need a man. She need a therapist. So I don't see that working at all. That and then why is it so cringy? Like every time she has conversations with the men, it's just cringy as hell. Now this I'm saving for last, but did you see the look that Nick gave Taylor?
Sitting back counting those doors, I was raised in the borough. She wanna taste the chicken and sweat.
Baby, that man was hot. He was pissed. I was like, oh shit. Like, what the hell? So we're gonna see if this trio, if it's gonna stand 10 toes down. I think the trio has just broken, y'all. I think we're witnessing it right now. I think the trio has just broken. First of all, the trio was kind of crumbling because Ace and Taylor weren't really seeing eye to eye within the last few episodes. I say the last 2 episodes, and then this situation with Nick and Taylor, and then Taylor not choosing Olandria and almost getting her, eliminated. Like, Nick is like now looking at Taylor mad as hell. So it seems like the trio that the bro situation, it seems like that's kind of breaking down. But I don't know. Men are a little bit different when it comes to disputes. They could break up to make up. We women, we break up and it's for life. So it depends. I'm gonna be watching to see if the trio is gonna come back together stronger than ever, but it doesn't seem like it will. So we'll have to see. But he was pissed, y'all. He was pissed. But I wasn't concerned about Olandria leaving because, like I said, I knew Nick was not gonna let that happen. So that's pretty much all that I have regarding this video. So my unpopular thoughts and opinions is that I don't think Clarke is a mean girl as of yet. I think it's editing. I think it's the producers. I think it's also editing, the producers, and Taylor. And I think when you're catching her making certain facial expressions, I think the producers are editing it to look a certain way. Also, when it comes to Shelly and Ace, I'm starting to see that a lot too. Like, if you notice, prime example was when Huda was or talking to the girls away from Jeremiah and Andrina, and she was doing like the clapping and stuff like that. The producers are really looking to be messy to get your reaction. And so when they go to edit the clips, it's like they can paint whatever narrative that they want to paint. So it's going to be interesting. I want to see Clarke have a real interaction, because when she had an interaction with Olandria, she was very respectful. So I don't know. She was very respectful. Even when Olandria was saying things that she didn't want to hear, like, oh, like her connection with Taylor is like a test to her relationship. She was still very respectful. So far with the actual interactions with each other, I haven't seen anything that would paint her out to be a mean girl as of yet. So we'll see. Because mean girls do happen in dynamics like this, so I'll actually see. But for right now, I really think it's the producers and it's editing. I want to see a scene with them having an interaction where I can be like, oh, she's a mean girl. So I'm waiting to see that. That's pretty much all that I have regarding this video. Let me know what you think, and I'm gonna go ahead and watch tonight's episode. So enjoy. Good night.